I mean, the thing about this game is it's really hard for your Diana to actually win this matchup because you have Elise. Because Diana, to win this matchup, she needs to win early fights and start to snowball. You know?
Mm.
But she can't really realistically do that with Fiddle as her jungler and you having Elise. So you can make mid lane like quite volatile and Elise can just gank it.
I mean, Diana matchup is fine, I guess. It's like, I think she like definitely wins out early to mid. As long as you don't really force anything, you're fine though. Like she can't really kill you if you don't make a crazy mistake. But one thing I want to ask you about the start of the game, right? Do you think it's worth it to, for example, ward enemy raptors like every game, for example, like pick up that habit, or is it like something you can look for like before the minion waves hit mid lane?
Well, yeah, because you're gonna get pushed on a turret as Kassadin. The problem is you just have to evaluate like how risky it is and what info you have and stuff. Because some champs will just kill you. Like if you meet the Akshan level 1, he will just kill you.
Yeah, you will lose a lot of HP.
So you just have to ask yourself that. In most cases nowadays, there's always a person covering or something, or you just can't do it. So then you don't do it. But yes, if you see an angle to do it, then you should. Like maybe you see somebody like here or something, then you can walk in and ward. Right.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you can, then yes. Just don't like ruin your game for it, you know.
Okay. And like as a ward spot, Raptors or like some other spot you would recommend that is like really useful for my jungler if he like spots.
I think, for example, versus stuff like Kindred and Graves, this is not bad.
Yeah.
Like warding here, because then if they jump like this, you can see. This one is useful for you. If you wanna like fight your lane.
Against some level
this
2,
one is good versus
jungler.
Raptor. This one is good for red. You know, you just click on the wall and it just goes here.
Okay.
Yeah, and now you lose a lot of HP. This is my problem with Q start over like E. Because E is really good for pushing and farming. Q is good for trading.
Yeah.
Because...
I mean, the reason why... I mean, I thought about it. The reason why I took Q here is... because I wanna Q her Q basically, but yeah, maybe you're right, and maybe it's more worth to go W or E here, so you can like kind of farm more easily.
I mean the whole thing is like my idea is not to win early levels.
Yeah.
My idea is just to have as much gold and EXP as possible for when I TP back and then start winning, you know. And so like right now, when she can just Q and just passive auto the wave, and you can't clear wave or set up creeps or anything because you have Q, it feels really bad.
Yeah, that's true.
Obviously for your trade, Q is good. You can Q her Q, like you said. That's not bad. It's just, if you notice that they're pushing really fast, right? Like this is always something that you're gonna have to pay attention to, is like how are they interacting with the wave?
Yeah.
Like some people will just one-shot the wave, some people will slow push. If they're playing to slow push and stuff, Q is really good. Right? If you're playing the lane slow, Q is nice.
Yeah.
But if she's just fucking slamming Q on the wave and autoing it perma, then you're gonna need E.
Yeah.
If you skilled Q immediately, we haven't even seen what's happening in the lane yet.
Yeah, that's true, that's a mistake.
So now she Q'd the whole wave, and she's autoing the whole wave, and now I'm just thinking, fuck, I'm gonna end up under tower.
Yeah.
And then here you end up losing so much HP, so even if the mindset is, oh, but if I don't have Q, she's gonna poke me with Q, now you're losing all your HP to creeps, which as Kassadin is really bad because you have no armor.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. I guess the appropriate thing to do would be then wait until the wave hits and see what she does until I like skill my thing.
Yeah. And another thing that happens quite a bit is like when the melees are all free low, if you skill Q, you lose 2 of them.
Yeah.
But if you have E, you get all 3.
Yeah, that's true.
And to me, that's like so much more valuable because I'm basically, by having E, basically almost guaranteed to have at least 40 more gold already on first wave. And that's just like a lot just to guarantee like that, you know?
Yeah,
Because, like, look, you've queued her 2 or 3 times now, no? Look at HP.
2 times. No.
It's like, doesn't do anything compared to you having more gold. Here, you should just want to last it as late as possible because you really want to slow push as slow as possible. Like, whenever you're playing Kassadin and the wave is right now pushing into her,
Yeah.
You want to always push as slow as possible because I want to be as close to my tower as possible.
Yep.
So that her trades are shorter and it's harder for them to gank. Obviously, in this game, it's unlikely you do get ganked this early versus Fiddle, but you're not playing versus Fiddle in most games, right?
Yeah.
So, nice. I would not double you because you have to make sure you're strong right now and just protect your wave. Because right now, your goal is to eventually crash this.
Yeah.
So here, you just gotta ask yourself, do I want to crash now, so on this wave, or do I want to move to next wave and then crash? Right? I have two options, right? And both options will be good in the case of my gold. What I mean by that is like I can base them by Dark Seal or Amp Tome, it doesn't matter. As long as I get this wave, I can always base for item. If I get one more wave, it doesn't change my buy. The only thing that taking another wave changes is like when she will be like basing and like how stuck she will be in her turret.
Yeah.
But it'll also make me overextend more. So for example, if I'm in a game where I think I'm very easily ganked, I would just auto and W the wave perma here, get fucking free and fucking use E on the whole wave and try to crash it. Because she's still level 2. She can't retaliate, you know?
Yeah.
But in this game where I think I'm not gonna get ganked, I could slow push, for example. Make sense? Because right now, you're trying to push, but you're not really pushing. Because what I mean by that is like, if you wanted to play it like this, where you skill E and E the whole way, that's fine. But then you should be autoing and Wing and autoing. So we should auto, auto, auto. Because there's no point to do both. Because the thing is, when I crash the wave as Kassadin, I'm not gonna poke her in her tower. Yeah? So I'm gonna base. So the faster I crash, the faster I base. The faster I base, the faster I'm on the map. Which means the faster I can help Elise, the more time I will have to poke and trade with the Diana when I'm back. Stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it makes no sense doing that, what I did.
Yeah.
I was looking for like Q or some shit, I don't know. I mean,
which is again useless.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Stalling my crash for 40 damage is useless.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
That's why I'm saying you either one-shot the wave or you slow push. You don't ever do like both.
Yeah.
Because yeah, like here you're basing, which is correct. The problem is the wave is already here.
Yeah.
I think if you played it better, it won't be here yet, and you could recall without having to blow TP. Now you have to blow TP. Blowing TP just for a Dark Seal base or Ramptone base does not feel very good. Right? I could have just had like a free recall as Kassadin. That's pretty crazy, right?
Yeah.
Because what I picture happening is that if you did what I said, you would be back in lane, like now. Now you'd be back in lane. And you would have Amtome or Dark Seal. And we could gank with Elise if she wants to. Or she can gank top, right? But then you could just trade, being full HP and having item advantage. If the guy trades with you back and you guys fight to the death, you can TP back, he cannot, he has Ignite. You never like more points in Q? Because this game they have Diana and Fiddle.
I do that only if I go combat setup.
Okay.
1 more point in Q.
Because I played a lot of Kassadin and I would have went at least 3 points Q here. Like I understand, yes, E is better for wave clear and stuff. But the thing about playing E for wave clear, if you E the wave, then she can just fight you. Especially after the nerfs that they did. Emax to me is really good for pushing. That's basically what it's good for. So I really like it, obviously versus 80 matchups, because then Q is not so useful. But also in matchups where I feel like I can just push and move eventually. And I feel like here, if you do that, she will just all in you. Like if you walk up on the wave and E the wave, won't she just Q you and jump on you?
Yeah, she will.
So then I would rather have 3 points Q and just spam Q on her, and in every fight that I'm versus Fiddle or Diana, the magic shield is really OP, I think. Because they're double AP.
Yeah, but it's really bad not maxing E, because like after they reworked E, it's just like so high cooldown, like the spell is just too strong to not max it most of the times. Like
yeah, no, I agree. E max is OP. This is the only type of games I would ever do Q. Not max, just 3 points.
Yeah.
But I completely agree, E is OP. I do it in every game. Except for versus like double AP like this.
Yeah.
don't you think you could read the situation better here? You can just stand in Drake Pit in fog. Look, because the thing is, look bot wave. Do you see that fat wave?
Yeah.
Watch. So you want to make sure they don't use this wave for anything. So you see both your bot lane now is like 10 HP, right?
Yeah.
So there's a world these guys want to dive. Sure, we can say they shouldn't because I am fogging, right? But you aren't achieving anything standing here anyways. I think you should just stand here because you'll still be in fog. But then you're closer so you can make a play if they make a mistake. Because just leaving is really weird. Like if they want to run through river here, don't you think you can fist Diana?
Yeah, I thought about going in there, but I have PTSD from Fiddlesticks CC because I don't have any like tenacity.
Yeah, but I'm not saying to jump on Diana if Fiddle is next to her, right? I'm saying jump on Diana if it's just Diana.
Yeah.
But you are surrendering without seeing what they're doing.
Yeah, that's true.
If Fiddle is here and Diana is over there, it doesn't matter that they have Fiddle. Right? That's my whole point, is that you right now, you surrendered plates. You surrendered diving top lane, you surrendered plates. You aren't even thinking about diving top lane, which is already bad.
Yeah.
Because the same wave that is here exists in top right now.
Yeah.
And you didn't even think about that. Like, that's first mistake. Because when this happens, when this roam happens, you always have to ask yourself, do I cross map? That's my first option. 2, do I match? Or 3, do I just play for myself? Right? These are the 3 options you'll always kind of have when this situation happens. And you seem to just autopilot always match. Do you see? Yep. You immediately, after killing the wave, you immediately click bot. Which is really, really bad. Because often, you actually have a better play on the other side. And you didn't even think about it.
No, I did not.
So, obviously, if Gnar is 100% HP and turning Mega, you can't kill him. But if he's mini Gnar, you can easily dive him with Tryndamere.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even look, so... I mean, I didn't consider that at all. Yeah.
So that's already terrible, obviously.
Yeah.
And then now, when you're roaming, you've now lost the chance of getting played.
Yeah.
So there is no reason to click back to mid. But look what you do. You click back to mid, but there is no reason to click back to mid. Midwave is bouncing into you. So the longer you keep Diana in river, the better.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying you just stand here and just look at what is happening. Because a lot of things can happen. Alistar can land a combo on Diana here and you jump over and you kill, right?
Yeah.
Fiddle could go here to recall and let Diana walk back to mid alone and then you fuck her over. Yeah. Maybe they try to play for dive, in which case you being here is really good.
Yeah, I was just waiting for her.
Yeah, but this relies on them making more of a mistake.
Yeah.
Because if you are here, if you see they walk together, you can easily run here and R over and go in the same position. Like when you go so far away, you can create a lot of randomness in the game. Like what I mean by that is like, if stuff like this happens, you just can't help because you're so far away. But if you stand as close as possible while still being in fog, you have so much more options. And now midwave crashes, which you also could have accounted for, because you should always expect that whoever dies, look, whoever dies, if enemy mid, right, is, let's say, top lane here, for example. If Gnar dies, right, Gnar goes mid. If Jinx dies, and Diana got the bot wave here, then Jinx goes mid.
Yeah.
So you don't want to have this play go for much longer, because you should want to catch the mid wave, because Jinx is gonna crash.
Yeah.
So here you get a bit baited by that and forget about the mid wave. Because the whole point with this bounce is that I didn't need to catch it immediately, but I have to eventually catch it. So here you're once again coping that a fight will happen.
Yeah.
But how do you picture a fight happening here?
Yeah, I'm just obviously flipping unnecessarily, like, I don't know, just like some random stuff.
Yeah,
I do not know.
Why do I need something random to happen? I'm on the winning team as Kassadin right now. The only thing I need to do is be 10 CS per minute now.
Yeah.
Like, the game is a free win. You have winning teammates as Kassadin. The last thing you want is to randomly lose 2 waves.
Yeah.
Because the way I see the game when I'm playing champions like Kassadin that scales really well, right, is that if I have the winning team as long as I snowball myself and push myself forward, then the game is not losable. Because for me to lose the game, I need to be behind and my team has to lose. But if I push myself ahead while my team is winning, even if they eventually throw, I'm so ahead and strong that I'll carry.
Yeah.
So I would never commit to this when I see Jinx's mid. Because it's just like, if I now just commit to this, Jinx gets a plate and I lose 2 waves. Playing in plat is really a bad idea, because stuff like this, we can have an unnatural view of the game that like Senna clicks here and kills herself, and then Fiddle fucking wastes his spells on Alistar and then you kill him.
Yeah, that's actually so true.
Because like, yeah, this guy inted, but that does not make this play good. Like, look what he did. Watch. He sees you here.
Yeah.
And he could simply click away and accept that you lost CS in mid and accept that Jinx got the wave. Instead, he just ran in and just killed himself.
Yeah, I know.
Right? We should not be playing the game this way, because that is how we end up with lose streaks and random games. We don't want randomness. If we're playing Kassadin and we're losing, yeah, we want randomness. Because, like, if you're losing early as a Kassadin team and your team is also losing, you're most of the time going to lose because enemy will just snowball really hard, right?
Yeah.
But here we're winning, so all you have to do is just push yourself forward by just having strong, like, CS and gold. You don't want to rely on randomness.
Okay.
I would, usually, I would buy Sweeper. I think in this particular game versus Fiddle, like, versus Fiddle, Nocturne, Evelynn, those type of champions, right, with very, like, strong ganks with their ultis or invisibility and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think having this to ward their camps is not bad. But usually at this point, whenever I feel like I'm at the point where I can start to, like, push and roam, I really, really, really want to make sure I have Sweeper.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm usually doing that. Like, in this game particularly, I didn't do it. I know, but usually I'm getting level 6, level 7 when I start roaming, I start getting Sweeper.
Yeah, but I think this game you shouldn't actually, because Fiddle. I think warding his camps is more important, because the thing is, like, even if you sweep and you know you're not on mission, if you gank bot lane and Fiddle is behind him, it's a terrible gank. So this game is actually good to have Trinket. Like here, for example, right? You see now, there's 2 waves crashing top, plus the next wave. And your Tryndamere died with no TP, he has Ghost Flash probably.
Yeah.
And you, once again, you just autopilot clicking bot lane. But don't you think I could have funneled myself top here? Watch.
Like catch the wave or what?
Yes, look. You can use Tryndamere's int to funnel yourself top. I could just click top here, because I can realize here my Tryndamere's dead. I catch his top wave, and then I can go mid. Yeah,
I think I'm a bit too obsessed with bot lane. Like, that is true. Like, man. Yeah.
I mean, it's just bad, because you have guaranteed 2 to 3 waves top, plus you're denying Gnar plates. That's another thing. Like, Gnar will not hit top plates after killing Tryndamere if you are defending.
Yeah.
So you're denying Gnar gold, and you're gaining a lot of gold and EXP for yourself. Guaranteed. Whereas bot lane now, it relies on them continuing to hitting your turret with you missing. Which is just, again, a bad way to play the game, because if you are missing, they should respect. I understand they don't always, but they should.
Yeah, now they should, yeah.
So that's why I don't want to flip that when there's a guaranteed play here. If the Tryndamere thing didn't happen, I would be all for doing this and removing their vision, removing their pink, and threatening a gank.
Yeah.
Because it's not bad to threaten the gank. Threatening the gank lets your Alistar farm this wave and potentially get 6, because if they do stand here and poke, you can gank them. I just don't want to potentially get nothing here when I have a kill guaranteed here from the creeps.
Yeah.
So like I said, if this doesn't happen, then yeah, this is good. Because it's good to threaten. Because yes, at some point they will make a mistake, and I can remove their vision, which means that next time I roam, then this is more likely to work.
Yeah.
The thing about clearing mission like this is kind of like a setup to killing them. I roam once, removing their vision. Second roam, I actually commit, because they have no wards. Just don't do it when you had so much to gain here. She's really fed now. I would have personally based there. Because next wave was cannon. Like here, I would have just taken this and then just base. It doesn't matter if you have shit gold. You just base right now and it's really good. You base here, you buy Amptom or Dark Seal, you get full HP. You think she will stay on the map with this?
No.
If she does, and you base here, you will solo kill her. Don't you think?
Depends on what she does.
Well, okay, if she plays on her turret, you will not. If she's fighting on the wave, you will kill her. Slowly.
But, I mean, doesn't she just kill the wave and base as well?
Yes, but that's the point. If she bases, she's basing after you, yeah?
Yeah.
Then you are full HP with a timer running around, yeah? That is better than this. Because now you're fucked no matter what. Watch. Look. If you stay and she stays, then you lose, yeah? Like, if she's on this wave now, you can't fight her. Agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. So then she pushes and roams, and then she bases or does something here, right?
Oh,
which is bad for you. If she now based, right? If she's in base right now, which is what you should have done, then this what's happening here is also bad for you, because then you will base now, right? Because you're half HP, and then she's on the map and you're not.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying it's best you push this, and then you just base immediately, and then run on a map full HP.
Yeah.
Because especially as Kassadin, basing like this is real nice because you're so quick on the map. But you should be fine trading a base here, because you should not want to fight this Herald in my opinion, because Diana is way stronger than you right now, and Fiddle is hiding here, hidden, right? Face checking Fiddle is not good, and Gnar has push on top.
Yeah.
So the argument that if you do what I do, which is to base, if that loses you Herald, that's not really an argument, because on my screen you've lost Herald anyways. She has not purchased mana items, so because she has Alternator and Codex.
Yeah.
So if you see this mana, you know it's no mana.
Yeah.
Like if this is a Rise, right, who has Tear and Catalyst, then this mana is still mana.
Yeah.
And also, saying that you don't know her cost, when she does this, her Q has to cost no mana to use.
Yeah. I mean, she could have... okay, no.
What she could have done, bro?
No, she could have done nothing. Like, maybe kill, like, minions and get some mana from D-Ring, but, like...
No, but that's not even how D-Ring works anymore, bro. D-Ring... Yeah, see, look. Look.
Wait, that does not give mana on kill.
No, it doesn't.
You, like, so, wait, what? Huh?
It's mana over every second, and if you deal damage, then you get bonus.
Wait, like, what? When did they change that, by the way?
It's a while ago now.
Nah.
Yeah, it is.
That's so troll.
See? Here.
11 points.
Old effect, killing a unit. Boom.
That's pretty chill. I did not know that. That is interesting.
I mean, at this point, the matchup starts to get a lot better, because now she can't threaten one shot.
No, she can't.
I mean, once again here, I am not a fan of playing like this. My mindset here would always be get next wave and set up a timer. Because I actually don't ever want to, like right now, I don't want to commit. What am I roaming for? My Nyla is in base, so I'm not covering bot. I refuse, right? I fucking refuse to lose my mid turret to defend Alistar. Because what happens is, if I actually go here, nothing stops Diana from going here and pushing and just hitting my turret. And Diana, by the way, rips your turret.
Yeah, I know she like wants this turret.
Yes.
Passive, yeah.
So I refuse to move for my Alistar.
Yeah.
So the problem with you doing this is that if she wants to stand here and be useless, if you push midway first, she will go back to mid, right? Then you can fuck around here 30 seconds that she cannot, you know?
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
And that's the advantage you want to get. So we only move like this if I can't walk up here and push for, like, let's say they have, like, somebody threatening me or something. Or I actually need to cover my Elise doing Raptors here. But we're not.
Yeah, this is, like, basically the scars of me losing countless games of, like, some stuff happening like this where she just goes boss lane and, like, fucks up my bot lane.
Yeah, but
I mean, it's obviously
your
stupid,
bot lane isn't here, that's my point.
Yeah, it's just like autopilots.
Because
like,
I agree with this, if Nyla is here right now, you don't have time to push and then go.
Yeah.
So then you have to go here. And if they all in you, then you just are away, and then you save your bot lane. I agree with that. But it's not what's happening.
Yeah, no, it's just autopilot, it's just stupid.
So I should just get myself a timer, and then I can actually use a timer for when Nyla is actually in base. Or I could use that timer to say fuck bot lane, and I gank top with Elise. Because that's usually what the best play will be here. When Elise wants to gank top, you gank with her. Because if you gank bot, then they send Diana, Fiddle, and their bot lane, and then it's 3v4.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Usually splitting the plays apart like this is not good.
Yeah, just play with jungler. OP rule.
Yeah, that's true. Because now she has timer and they got Drake, which is a bit weird, because in my opinion, if you spent the time that she was here, you just one-shot the wave, you could be top right now. Now Gnar is allowed to trade with your top laner, and they're allowed to get dragon. That's like really weird.
Yeah.
Like this is good. Like this is kind of what the gameplay should be like right now, and that's what E is really good for. It's just one-shot wave and move, one-shot wave and move. So you always, again, you have to ask yourself, when you kill this, what's my play after? I understand if you leave mid right now, you lose this plate, right? I completely get that. But you have to also understand, if I, with that same logic, if I go for this plate, I also lose the top play.
Yeah.
So I have to make sure, can I not dive top? Because if I can't dive top, then yeah, what you're doing is good. But if I can dive top, then I'm just trolling again here. So again here, the gameplay should just be the same, where if you can push, you push. If you can't, then you can't, right? But we shouldn't be playing so much for like trading. It should mainly be about just one-shotting waves and moving around right now. Because you have Elise in a really good position. We should want to try to catch Fiddle, right? He's going to go this into this probably. And that's kind of what you want to connect yourself for right now.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still a bit scared of Diana, because she doesn't know, like, that she's stronger than me still. Like, I don't know, she's a bit too scared, I think.
I mean, yeah, but you can tell with her movement that she's scared.
Yeah.
Like, look how she's queuing and playing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think giving that to her is really bad when your Elise is playing how she is. Because you can abuse her mistake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, she gave you first collapse. Right? Already getting this guy stopwatch is already huge for the game.
Yeah.
Also, using sweeper like this is really bad. Because you are, again, you're planning to go on the wave. So you only got to sweep one bush.
Yeah.
Whereas, let's say you want to remove vision here. You could have one-shotted this wave, and then swept this, every bush in the game, right?
Okay.
There?
Yeah, I mean, she was probably baiting it, that was pretty obvious.
Yeah. She is only doing this because Fiddle.
Yeah, I didn't expect him to still catch me.
Yeah, I mean, you are really griefing. That was so obvious.
Yeah, I mean, I was obviously aware that he was there, but I did not expect him to, like, still catch me there, you know? He flashed out.
Yes, but look. Watch here. You don't know if Fiddle has flash.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just short-sighted, I know.
So you're just flipping that he doesn't have flash.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a good way to play?
I mean, honestly, I thought even with flash he couldn't kill me, but I mean, I was wrong, as we can see, but you know, like, it was just.
I mean,
like...
the most important thing is just to be aware that she's baiting.
Yeah.
Because honestly, if you look here, watch. Here we do this, boom, and now we know Fiddle is gonna start walking bot side. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, couldn't they full combo you here?
They could.
So am I not just crazy in the head here?
Yeah, it was maybe a bit into walk there.
Because if I'm you, I would just be standing here, taking wave. And then I would only retake bot side with Alistar from base, or walking like this, like safe path, you know?
Yeah.
But I need to get the next wave, so I force Diana to show.
Yeah.
Because if I don't take the next wave, Diana can just be missing forever. So already this, in my opinion, is a bit crazy. And it's like here you see Fiddle, now you see Fiddle.
Yeah.
but then you trade, and obviously you miss your E, right?
Yeah.
But don't you think, don't you think it's useless to trade anyways? Because she can just go base here. Don't you think it's better you one-shot wave and just roam? Or base for mercs or something? Because to me it's like fucking useless what we're doing. Like if I'm Diana here, right? I know Kassadin can't one-shot me, yeah?
Yeah.
So Diana one-shots the wave, and she runs and press B. Then isn't it really bad that you just now didn't eat away?
Yeah.
You're just wasting time. I think basing for mercs here is like checkmate, you know? They can't play the game.
Yeah, I thought about getting mercs, but like actually at this like moment I thought about getting mercs, but I was like, I don't know. I think Sorg boots are way too broken on Kassadin, because you all like the way I see it. Like I thought about this a bit, and you have basically 4 damage abilities.
Well, I mean, obviously, Sorg just gives you damage. It's just you have
like way too much value, you know. That's,
yeah, but you have to look from enemies' point of view. They can actually one-shot you if you have Sorg juice.
Yeah.
It feels so unplayable if you're playing Diana Fiddle, and there's a Kassadin just staring at you, and you can't kill him. It's like fucked up. Like I said, like the way you're gonna win this game is just one-shotting every wave and running around killing people.
Yeah.
But if you have to play safe because you don't have mercs, that's so cringe. Because imagine the point where you're gonna start like side laning and stuff, you know? You're gonna have to start respecting Fiddle and Diana. And that's really fucked up, I think. This is like the so nice thing about playing champs like Kassadin is games like this. Because all you have to do is just kill creeps and run around.
Yeah, I mean...
sure, theory, it might be boring.
Nah, that's not the problem. It's just the problem that I lost too many games where exactly what I did, and I still end up not being able to carry in late game.
Well, then that's a good problem to have. Because then that I can work on.
Yeah.
Right? I can improve myself if I'm now in this game, right? Let's say I am 1-0-0, but I have 160 CS, right?
Yeah.
And every wave I'm pushing and moving, so I'm on every single Herald fight, I'm in every fight, everything. If I am misplaying fights because I didn't track where Fiddle is, or I use my abilities wrong and stuff, I can improve that.
Yeah.
But what I can't learn from is being 2 and 3 and 120 CS, because I'm just fucking useless compared to this one. Right?
Yeah.
And then it's hard to learn, it's hard to do stuff, because I'm not as strong as I should be. You have to understand how OP you are with this type of advantages. Look, the fact that Diana is stuck bot right now, and you are in river like this, you're really OP. Because this guy has to take mid wave, yeah?
Yeah.
If you get to enter here, you are giving her full vision, and they can't go on Nyla on mid wave, because there's Alistar and Kassadin. Make sense?
Yeah.
So if you guys get mid push, we get Herald, yeah?
Yeah.
And this is also why I wanted mercs this game, because if you can face check every bush and find fiddlesticks, then how the fuck can he play? Because you also have to think, who of your team is going to find Fiddle this game? Because the biggest counter to Fiddle is champions that can just face check him and find him the whole game. That's why Rengar is pretty good.
Yeah.
But Tryndamere is not going to run and face check Fiddle, because he will actually just lose his ulti before Fiddle even, like, you know, does anything to himself, right? Elise can't run into Fiddle because she'll just die. Nyla is your ADC. Maybe Alistar can. But Alistar can't be everywhere. Like, it's your job to find him. And now he engages on mid, which you didn't realize until now. Which again tells me you don't understand what the advantage is of getting the bot push here. Right? Getting this bot push is really important, because now you can just run around. Right? Like what I want from my Kassadin, and in general from my mids, but especially Kassadin, I just want you to get farm, and then once you've gotten farm, you can group. Right now you've gotten farm, so now you can group.
Yeah.
So now you need to understand, what is my job when I'm grouped? My job is to find like a flank, find a pick, find where Fiddlesticks is, because Fiddlesticks is important to find. Right? Or at least find out which side he's coming from. Right now we don't even know which side he's coming from. But then, watch. Right? You do this. Now you see him, and then you leave completely. Why do you leave completely? Shouldn't they have to push you off?
I mean, I was scared.
Scared of what? You can't just say, I am scared. Look, what are you scared of? If Fiddle channels ulti, you are good enough to click back. Yeah? Don't you think you can just click here and just fuck with them a bit? If they click forward, right? If they click forward, are they threatening Nyla?
No.
Then I've done my job.
So that's what basically what you want me to do is protect the ADC, right?
Yeah, we're just dancing with each other.
Yeah, so the ADC is like safe.
Yeah, so she can push the wave and group and we can actually teamfight. Because if you give them mid push now and Nyla ends up here, then Jinx moves in and then you are pushed off automatically and then we have to phase check them.
Yeah.
So if they chase you, then you just run away and are away. And then that should let your team enter here. Right? See, they're walking up here. Right? So now, why am I not here, ulting over here, so I'm closer to Fiddle?
Yeah.
Why did you need to see Fiddle ulting your team for you to do it? See,
yeah,
what are you doing?
That's...
We need to help them with this wave. Because the whole point is to let them come to us. Right? Instead, you're standing here. You can't fight here. If you go in here and fight, you can't guarantee your bot lane is going to come. And Diana is going to come from here. And it's worse than fighting over here where your team is already. Unless you're turbo fed. That's why I was saying the game is so much easier to play when you're really fed. Because if you are really fed, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
But you are not really fed, which is also why I dislike smurfing in sense of becoming better. Because obviously if you're 10 kills, then how you're playing right now is not bad. Because you can just R over and kill the Fiddle before anyone on enemy team can react.
Yeah.
But you are not that fed. Like your team in this game didn't get one shot, which obviously is nice. But how can I know that? Right?
Yeah.
In my opinion, it would be better to not give Fiddlesticks the chance to ult my team on mid-wave at all. And if I was closer, I would be here, then Fiddle can't do this at all, right?
Yeah.
And also, if I was here, very likely my teammates would walk up to here, which would allow me to R over here, removing their wards here and stuff, and then we could push ourselves forward. We push ourselves forward, that pushes Fiddle backwards. If Fiddle is over here, he can't find a good ulti.
Yeah.
Then we win the game. Here you somehow died, I'm not sure what the fuck you did.
I don't remember either.
Well, we also know Diana's here. By the way, here, what do you think your job is?
I mean, probably to keep the Diana off my ADC.
Yeah. I have always two options here. I can R flash on this guy and just try fucking W and Qing and Eing him.
Yeah.
Or I can start fighting this guy.
Yeah, don't look what I did.
I mean, you can R flash this guy.
Yeah.
Which is fucking useless. And then you get bangarang, the double kill, triple kill, boom.
Yeah.
Best play is you just play slow and you do what you said. Which is you just jump on Diana.
Yep.
Because if you jump on Diana, you don't give her the best ulti ever. And you can start chunking her. So that if she commits to this, she's already chunked. And then once she ultis your team, then you can go on her. And you can clean up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's 10 times smarter than what I did. Yeah.
But you should also certainly not, if you did this, if you can R flash, you should not click forward afterwards, because now you're playing with no ulti running into them.
Yeah, yeah.
And also, before every team fight, you should also recognize the map state. You can also realize you have a Tryndamere coming. So playing slow is also not a bad idea.
Yeah. Yeah, the Diana play would have been like the best play probably here.
Yeah.
I think flashing on Senna would have been, I don't know, equally as bad or maybe a bit better, but the Diana play would have been better.
Yeah. The best is you just play for
yeah, playing Sylvius.
The Diana and you just let Tryndamere come. So here, same thing, we got bot push, we move in, we remove vision. It's not bad. Now you go back to bot, we see Diana committed. So it's fine.
Yeah, I took mid wave.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. You can just take this and then base for Seraphs.
Yep. No, I pushed forward, I don't know.
I mean, here, I would just base in fog. Like here, you can always just base, and then if something like this happens, then you just go fight, you know?
Yeah.
Like, let's say there, you see Senna goes here, then you can just recall, you know? or we can dive them because Fiddle is dead and Gnar is here, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I think you're playing fine here. You just have to be ready to TP to bot.
Yeah.
I mean, dying like this is terrible. Because now it allows your teammates now to make mistake. Making the game 4v4 is so much better for enemy team here.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously stupid. Like, there's nothing to say to this. It's just like stupid dopamine play.
Yeah, but you will lose games from this. I'm sure you have lost games
yeah,
like this.
I lost one. Yeah, like, I definitely lost games from that kind of stuff.
Not sure why you don't base here. Because the thing is that you're always going to end up basing. I refuse to believe you're going to stay forever here. So, like, the problem is, like, if you now base after this wave, it's so much worse.
Yeah, it doesn't change anything.
Like, now you end up...
Yeah.
Now you end up staying. So now you're just playing with no Rabba.
Yeah.
Instead, you base right now. Watch. Here. You base. Same concept as before. You sweep the bush and you press B. If you see a guy walks up and is inting and you think you can kill him, then you cancel the base. But we don't stand here intending to cheese someone. Because then we always end up staying with a lot of gold. Because, like I said, it is not a fucking option when Nyla gets top wave and pushes to here. It's not a fucking option to base. If you're basing, you're griefing your team. Because we should use the top wave to pressure this, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I have to base now for Rabadons, or I'm never basing. So now being forced to never base feels really cringe, because I would be so much stronger in this fight if I had Rabadons, right?
Yeah.
And I'd also be full HP. Because this fight is good. You guys are playing really well here. Like, you are playing well, you're doing your job, just standing in fog, having fast rotations between mid and top. This is really well played. My only problem is that you don't have Rabadons, because you wanted to sit in the bush.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically what, like you said, like that's gonna like work in like low elo, like I don't know, you know, like plat diamond, whatever, you know, but not here. Like that's just like a consequence of smurfing.
I would be a bit careful in this fight. You're a bit useless right now. Your champion feels really shit when it's like this. Here, I usually like to ping careful because it's like only way we can lose, because Jinx and Senna is free hitting and I can't do anything about it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I was playing a bit passively here, like I was aware that I can't really do much here.
Yeah, but I would just ping.
Front to back. Yeah.
So that people can like realize. Because I'm fucking useless when it's like that. Main things is just, you don't set yourself up for success. You're like you're just losing out on a lot of resources, just randomly flipping in a game where you don't need to flip. Like I said, it's not always bad to flip. Right, some games you have giga losing team, and even though sure your Kassadin theoretically you scale, Kassadin doesn't scale that well if his team is losing, because if enemy ADC is like winning and gets bloodthirster early and shit, like you can't actually kill him, you know?
Yeah.
So at that point, sure, if you see an angle to flip for a kill, you go for it. But this game consistently was a free win, and you had so much like resources elsewhere to gain automatically, and you just refused to get it, you know?
Yeah.
And it just hurt you a lot. And made you just scale like so much slower. And then once you got online, felt like you didn't do what you should be doing, because you kind of got to a point where you had push every wave and you could have done a lot, I think, like diving Nari, especially with Elise and stuff. And you just never really did, and you just die randomly and do random things.